Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a file such as this. So the input box here is controlling the equation of the blue line. So currently it's y is equal to minus x, and the aim of the activity is for the students to work out the equation of the dotted line in red. So I'm just going to change that there, change the input here, and I know that's right because it's line over the top. Oops, I've got that wrong. What's the gradient? Yeah, let's go for that, and it's line over the top, so I've got that one right. If I press refresh now, which is F9 for me, then I get a whole new equation and I can start again. Okay, so here's I'm going to show you how to make that. So just a quick look at how I've created this file, and then I'll go through step by step how we can do it. So I'm going to go to view and see the spreadsheet, and view also and see algebra. And what you can see here is in the spreadsheet I've created some different gradients, and this list here is all those gradients, and the value of m is randomly selecting one of those from the list, and the value of c is just a randomly generated number between -3 and +3. Here we've got a function, the blue one, which they're entering their function in the input box, and the red one is the one they're trying to guess. Okay, so I'm going to show you from start to finish how we make this. Okay, so first up, let's get the right perspective on the screen. It'd be helpful to have the spreadsheet and the graphics. We're going to change that a little bit later on because I want to see the algebra window, but we'll do that later on. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in some gradients here. You're not going to watch me do all of those. Okay, so there they are. That's the list of all the gradients that I might want them to be able to work out. Let's just show the algebra window, because you're going to see me create a list. So I'm highlighting those, and with me I right click, and then I'm going to create a list. Let's try that again. If you look on the left hand side of the algebra window, there it is, that's being generated there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is randomly select one of those values each time. So I notice I haven't got the input bar viewing there, so let's turn that on. Here we go, and I'm going to call the gradient m, and what I'm going to do is randomly select. So this is a command that I'm using, and once I start typing that in, I'm going to get some suggestions, and the one that I want is this one here, the random element. And which list is it? From the top there it says list 1, so if I just type list 1 there we go, and it's selected 0.33, or a third actually is what I typed in there. It's just rounding that to 2 decimal places. If I press refresh, which is F9 for me, then that's just going to randomly select a different one each time. So that's running through those. Okay, now I'm going to do a similar sort of thing for the y-intercept now, but I don't need to select from a set of values. I'm going to use a slightly different command, which is random between, and I'm just going to go from -3 to +3. There we go, and if I press F9 now, you'll see that those change. Right, next thing, let's plot that function. So in the input bar, f of x is equal to, and I'm going to put mx plus c. In the new version of Geogebra, there's no need to leave gaps in between m and x. Now it knows that those are separate things. So there we go, it's randomly selected c to be 0 and m to be -0.5. If I press refresh, that's going to have new values for c and m, and it's going to plot a new one. Okay, so that's the one that they're going to guess. Now let's put another function in that they're going to work with. So g of x is equal to, and just put any value in, so I'm just going to put 2x, which obviously is not correct for this one. Okay, and if I press refresh now, g of x is always going to be 2x because there's no random values in there, but the other one is going to change as c and m change. Right, I'm just going to change the appearance of those two lines so I can tell the difference between the two. So if I just click on this one, and if I just drop down that menu there, I'll change that one to blue. I'll make the line a bit thicker, and let's have a grid on there, that's always helpful. Similar thing with the other one, let's make this a different colour, it's red. I'm going to change that to a dotted line so I can really see the difference between the two, and again make it thicker, and there we go, I can see the difference between the two. Let's press F9 now. So how are the students going to change the equation of g of x? Well, we can do that with an input box. Right, I don't need the algebra or the spreadsheet window open anymore, so I'm just going to close both of those, and I get the input box from this menu here, insert input box. If I click on the screen, that's going to pop this input box open. The caption is what you'll see on the screen, so I'll put equation of blue line. Now I'll just put y equals there so it's in the format that I want. And what's going to be the linked object? Well, that's going to be g of x. I can select it from here, or I can click it on the screen or within the algebra window. I'm just going to click that one. I knew it was this one, and there we go. Let's just quickly change the appearance of that slightly. I'll just click on it, I get these options at the top. Let's make that large text, and actually that input box is a bit long, so let's make it shorter so it looks a little bit neater. Clicking on style there, 5 is plenty long enough for the length of it. Okay, so that just looks a bit neater. So what does that mean? Well, when I type a value in here now, that's going to give me, oops, I didn't like that because I'd got rid of it, 3x. That's now changing this equation here. Okay, so that's it, that's done. That's a nice activity, and you can extend that to other things. So if you wanted to look at different functions, I've done this before with trigonometric functions, you could have 2 parameters on there, perhaps one controlling the vertical shift, one controlling the horizontal shift, and you could use 2 input bars to create that. Also done it for exponential functions, and the students really like it. It's just instant feedback, and it's a really nice use of GeoGebra. Anyway, good luck creating that.